What up, Long Beach? Welcome back to your home for everything local sports. It's JJ. This highlight video is brought to you by the fine folks down at Naples Rib Company. All of our coverage of St. Anthony Athletics is sponsored by Jane and B.I. Mays, class of 1948. And the 562's baseball coverage in 2025 is sponsored by the Milliken, Long Beach Poly, and Lakewood Baseball Boosters. We are back on Tuesday at Clark Field, and St. Anthony baseball is back in action. Second round of the CIF Southern Section Division 5 playoffs. Saints looking good and feeling good after a first round win right here. Tough task today, though, taking on a Jurupa Hills team that is 22-5 this season. St. Anthony taking the comfy confines of Clark Field and sending lucky number 13 to the hill. It's junior Jalen Butler getting the start and started very brightly. The kid K's 3 of the first 6 batters he faced, and then he got by with a little help from his friends. This is one of 3 double plays turned by the Saints in this game. Aiden Ruiz, Nick Galuccio, John Arnold, and others just flashing the leather out there. Even sophomore catcher Owen Frazier getting in on the action by introducing him to the cannon. Got him! Web gems all over the place, and St. Anthony had the momentum and the lead for most of the game because, as we check in on the St. Anthony offense, early returns were very good. First inning, Lucio setting the table with an infield single, stolen base, then Aiden Cassidy smacks this single to right fields. So we've got runners on the corners with nobody out. Up comes Benny Lane. There goes Benny Lane. This thing is hit a ton. Center fielder gets his glove on it, but it's not enough. Everyone is safe, and St. Anthony is on the board thanks to their senior star, Benny Lane. Aiden Ruiz then up next and takes advantage of the infield being in through the left side. Everyone is safe, including Cassidy, and the Saints are up 2-0 in the first inning. Second inning, Jason Glenn sets the table. He's going to reach on a fielder's choice. He steals second, and then with 2 outs, it's Galuccio providing again this shot off the second baseman, and it scores Glenn. St. Anthony is up 3-0 after 2 innings. Home field advantage coming into play, and the home team outplaying the visitors really all game as they were up 3-0 until the 7th inning. St. Anthony had plenty of chances to pad its lead, but credit to the Jurupa Hills pitchers Aiden Lopez and Alejandro Preciado for limiting the damage. It's still 3-0 headed to the 7th, like I said, and that's when the visitors came alive. Preciado and Jose Plazola lead it off with a pair of singles to bring the tying run to the plate, and they're going to chase Butler with it as well. 6 innings pitched, only 4 hits and 4 walks for the starter. That's going to allow Benny Lane to come in. This kid just does it all for the Saints. Unfortunate, though, it's a turn of events. He gets the ground ball, but the attempts to tag the runner and get the out at first are both miscues. So the error allows a run to score, and now the game-tying run is going to be on second base with 2 in scoring position. Still nobody out. Next batter pops this thing up, and look at Anthony Valdez go and get this ball. Making it look easy. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Like I said, somebody call SportsCenter. We got web gems in this one. However, Anthony Banuelos pokes this through the right side. Jurupa Hills going to score again. The game-tying run at third base. The visitors have all of the momentum now. But the Saints are just 1 out away from ending this thing. Aiden Lopez. A long fly ball. It's going to hit the fence on the fly, and wham bam, what the frick just happened? We are all tied up at 3 after the visitors come in like 3-run 7th inning, and we are headed to extra innings for a while. Big shouts to Preciado, who came in and pitched 6 scoreless. Again, the Saints had plenty of chances to win this. I mean, John Hay Arnold was a terror for St. Anthony. 3 hits, 2 walks. He just lived on the base paths. But St. Anthony could not cash him in, and we would play deep into the afternoon. Meanwhile, Jurupa Hills also had its chances, and they also had them left wanting in scoring position. Lane comes in to pitch a spectacular 6 innings. Scattering 4 hits, he had 5 strikeouts, keeping his team alive not only with his performance at the plate, on the mound, but his emotion as well, just imploring his team to get up and go win this. So we go to the 12th. It's the man, the myth, the legend leading it off. Benny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. It's a walk-off. It's a walk-off. Home run to right center field, and cue the celly. You see me just stay on lane because as soon as he hit the ball, we all knew what it is. This kid is the Shohei Ohtani of Division 5, doing it at the plate, on the mound. A huge day in round 1 to get the win, and he wins it here in round 2 as the Saints come in to meet him at Victory Lane. What a moment for this program. What a moment for Benny Lane. He's just not going to stop running. The celebration continues into left field, and these Saints are feeling it right now in this Division 5 playoffs. Wow, what a game. 4-3 in 12 innings is your final. It took almost 4 hours, but it's so worth it as the Saints are going on to the quarterfinals. That is at Hillcrest on Friday. Looking to maintain that momentum, Benny Lane looking to stay hot. For all of that coverage and everything local sports, you got to keep it right here at the562.org.